Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so let's first and foremost thank you guys for watching the previous video. It's actually rocking. It's doing pretty well. Let's get out of this corner right now. So as you guys know, the studio itself it's starting to grow, and that's a good thing. Also, it's also a bad thing because that section is a complete atrocious mess. I've got a huge box of binders and crap to go through right here, and this is not looking much prettier as it is. So, in the advent of, oh my god, and it's not breaking my camera, in the advent of multitasking, I feel that I should vlog and clean at the same time. Never heard that, I never thought anyone would do that on a video before. So the question comes down to what am I actually trying to really put together within this Grandmaster vlog, if you will. There's some announcements that are going to be coming out, and I can't make those announcements until some things are signed off, and that'll make more sense after the fact that things are done. And I'll explain all of that in the near future. So for those of you who are concerned, I can tell there's been some concerns that have been brewing. We talked about passion and being able to maintain a semblance of not losing track or sight of the bigger picture. So I guess I really need to kind of go back in order for you guys to kind of understand what the hell I'm talking about. See, I think many of you guys don't really know much about my background. I think I've talked about it, but you never really knew who, what, where, when, how did this all come about. In order to do that, I would need to clean this atrocious table that is literally right behind me. But my life pretty much got caught up in a series of plays that I got involved in. Now these were all clippings of myself that I was involved in. You can see my face right there. I was an understudy in this play, Salam Shalom. This was actually up in California. This brings back a lot of memories. It was, gosh, I really don't know how to say this. It was, I started off as an understudy in that show, and then I started to get more experience on working on as a stagehand as well. But this was in LA. This was many years later after I started to act professionally. Actually, I started acting professionally when I was 18, and my first professional play was actually a play based off the post 9/11 attacks that were on the U.S. So this was actually that first play I did. I remember I actually got a review. I was in a play by George Bernard Shaw, equivalent to an off-Broadway sized theater, and my review here was particularly amazing. This was my first amazing review I ended up getting. Was Jasim Faruqi's lively turn as a cowardly lion makes his sketch the star of the night. Was amazing. Now, I got the itch. I moved up to New York, got into doing some professional theater there for another theater company up there. And then it was my first off-Broadway debut was in this play. It was playbill that I did. There's my face right there. This face right here. Yeah, the long hair, Jasim, right there. Look at that hair, look at that face. That's completely Magnum. I cut that hair off and then became this dude right here. Granted, the big conversation here is to Jasim, why are you showing us all of this again? Are you going to be, is there a reason for this? And the answer is maybe a little bit yes and no. I think I've been trying to make, the big question is why acting? You know, like, maybe I've been questioning a lot of stuff as of lately. You know, there was a saying I remember. I had someone come up to me and they said, Jasim, once you get that acting bug, it just never goes away. And it was very interesting. I remember this very specific night. I was in New York City. Funny enough, maybe this goes to show. At that time, I wasn't paying really too much attention to this particular moment from the circumstance of the play. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I remember meeting one of the actors after this play. Now, if you ask me what the play was, I don't remember what the play was. Hence my saying it was the moment of not knowing what the play was, but it was a very clear moment that I had with this actor. The interesting thing, in his bio, it said he kind of left acting, and he had gone out into the corporate or real world, if you will, for about 10 or 15 years or something crazy like that. I mean, he was in his 40s, or easily in his 40s by the time he had gotten back into into the professional stage, and for some reason that caught my eye, and I walked up to him and I said, and I obviously I complimented him. I said, hey, you know what, man, really amazing stuff that you've done. And he was extremely receptive. He said, thank you very much. And I remember posing this question. I said, why did you come back? And he looked at me for a very brief second. Sorry guys, I have to stop this vlog because a very special lady has sent me a message and I need to take this. I will be back in the story. Don't worry, you won't miss anything, but I'll be back in the story. Hold on one second, I will. The actor said something very, very significant. He said, you never leave. And it took me such a long time to kind of process what the hell he was talking about, because I kept telling myself, I said, man, I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm just gonna get right into it. And funny enough, life starts to happen, but something was very poignant about what this guy was saying, and it was very interesting the way he posed it, in that what you have in this particular moment and case is that your heart will know what it wants to do, but everything else surrounding you, it'll be just a distraction. So you have to really figure out how to do what your heart wants to do. Now, before you guys say, Jocelyn, are you going to get back onto the big stage and start acting again? And, oh, you've left everything and da-da-da. I'd say hold your horses. I haven't said anything just yet. But I have to kind of, sometimes you got to go back and reflect. What was it that got you to go and be driven? The cookie business started as a result of me not having any work. And I couldn't get any work because the economy was really crap at the time. And I remember going, what do I know how to do well that can make me money at this point in time? And I started to actually start cookies then. But after I got cast in this play over here, Land of Fire, I left the cookie business altogether. And yeah, because I knew that's what I wanted to do.